comes back to Hitler.
It's always coming back to Hitler.
We can assume the commission heard about the pets dying because they do make a case for Cornelius being an academic.
Whatever.
He was smart.
Echinacea.
Yeah. He was real smart.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that we assume they heard some of his stuff. But there's still these threads out there as a thinking man that I would have been like, well, wait a minute. Well, should we worry about this potential plague? Should we worry about?
Boy, that's a good point. You know, the bigger threat here immediately to you is the dog cat plague that then does something that escalates something else.
Apes, yeah.
Let's put our top scientists on this to find out what could happen. When we're on a high alert for it, we're going to find a cure for it.
Because that's when you go, if we can break this one link in the chain, that changes everything in the future.
And because the more relevant conversation, and look, we're all dog owners, but the more relevant comment is, should we see this plague come on, we have to immediately, this is harsh to do, we have to eradicate the species of canines, blah, blah, blah.
Before it can spread or whatever.
Yeah, that would be the more apropos than killing
you see them
stinking baby.
As part of the committee's recommendation, we're also doing a non-voluntary euthanasia of all dogs and cats in the United States or something like that.
But you want to talk about, I think the audience at that time might have been like, what? You're not killing Lassie. Come on.
Did you notice that during this scene when they're starting to make the announcement that they're going to terminate the pregnancy, that Hassline is watching Dixon to see what his reaction is?
Oh, I didn't catch that.
No, yeah. So it was when they mentioned and that after its prenatal removal, both the male and female, when he says that, Hassline's head is kind of turned down. He's leaning forward still at the desk, but he looks up out into the audience, and then we cut to
Dixon.
Like, he smiles. Like, there's a little bit of a smile on Hassline's face.
So,
like,
what is Dixon's reaction when it cuts to him?
Dixon is no longer, didn't appear to be looking at Hassline. He still seems to be just kind of concerned about the committee statement.
Shouldn't that have been the moment? Okay, if we're going to do that with Hassline having a little maniacal bit of a grin, looking, shouldn't it have had Dixon like almost sit up in his chair a little bit, like, what?
He's sitting forward already a little bit.
But he should move into the shot.
He leaned forward. He leaned forward in the shot before when the statement started, and then we get the smile. I mean, this would have been an editor's choice right here, right?
It is, and if anything, it seems almost like a flip. You should, first reaction. First understanding. Then he reacts instead of a react to understanding. I guess you could do either way, where maybe he sits back like the finality of what they're going to do, but there should be some amount of devastation to Dixon that this is a horrible place that we've gotten to.
The wrong decision's been made, yeah.
All right, I think that's it for minute 63.
Yep, that's it for me.
So today is one of my favorite days of what I get to say.
Day.
Well, and okay, it is new comics, and we'll get to advertising where you can find your comics. But I'm going to reinstitute something I haven't called for in a long time. If you want to reach out to us directly and you don't like social media, there are those of us in the world that only deal with that evil because of things like trying to promote a podcast. But if you want to reach us, you can shoot us an email by emailing podcast@minuteoftheapes.com. And you know what I'll tell you? Sean loves email. He checks our email. He talks to everybody. If you want to reach Sean, if you want to reach us, podcast@minuteoftheapes.com. Sean will respond. And, if it's a good one, we'll read it back on the air, too.
Yeah.
All right, so that's minute 63. We'll be back tomorrow with minute 64. For Richard and Sean, I'm Todd. Everybody have a great Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.